You're on the 300 Boys YouTube channel.
Alright, hey guys, just bringing you in here. We've already done some work to this bike, but we pulled this bike out from underwater in a sunken ship where it had been for 30 plus years, and we're going to try and get it running here. So I just figured I'd go ahead and bring a video in and show you what we're working with to start out here. Previous owner did the would you or would you not mod here and went ahead and plugged this off with a stick, so we know that's good to go. We don't have to open that up and check it out. So overall I think it should run, which is just an oil change, and we'll bring you back in here in a minute whenever we've adjusted the valves and fired this thing up. Alright, so what we've got going on here is we're getting rid of a little bit of ice we've got going on here. It's negative 60 degrees where we're at today, and of course you know this thing came out of a shipwreck, so once we do this, this is really all that's wrong with it. Say hi for the camera, Alex. Alright, just gonna bring you in here, guys. Show you real quick. We have got the crank freed up. Now let's just get the piston out of the cylinder. We'll see what it takes to do that, and we'll bring you back in once we find the combination of that lock.
How bad they are. Look at it. You ready?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ew.
And we're just going to bore this out and put it back together.
Bore it?
Hone it and
Freak. You mean
rings.
bore it? You mean hone it? Let me see that.
Hone it and recap the rings when we put it back together and we'll run.
Oh,
My
beautiful.
grandpa told me this.
I don't think we even need to hone it. I think honestly, if we just clean it out, that'll be runnable. Yeah. Yeah, we're on to good stuff here.
Yeah, rolled over. Dude, it's a forged piston though. Look at the back of the piston. Clean.
I don't know what's because it's high top.
It is.
I think if we just clean those rings and re-gap them, I think that's all we really need. I mean, freak. That's a Honda factory crank, so.
Just buff it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The head and put it back together, run good.
Alrighty guys, so we got a little bit excited here and went ahead and took the piston and wrist fin out. We'll just go ahead and show you what we're working with here. You can see down in there. It's been well taken care of, and oil's always been changed. I guess the guy we bought it off was an old guy. He only rode it to the grocery store on Sundays to pick up his groceries and go to church. Garage kept, so looks like we'll just, like I say, give her a good valve adjustment, definitely an oil change. See what we got. Alright guys, so I'm not doing very good at keeping you updated, but see, this is used motor oil here, and what we're going to do with that is give this old girl a little flush. You see we turned her over there with the drill a little bit to get stuff moving, what came out, and there you go. That's what was in there. That's pretty
Rust.
Brand new, really, actually, I think. I'm pretty pissed that we drained it now. It's brand new oil, you know. So anyhow, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take us a cup of this beautiful used motor oil here. We're just gonna say, skadoosh. And that right there, folks, is what we call better than a kick in the pants for flushing. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Those are some beautiful juices. So this part's kind of just a little bit repetitive. It's just a video of us going over the thing, but I wanted to include this part so you guys could see right here. You can see I didn't include a video of we tore the side case off of it and pulled the clutch and components out of that side so we could get in there and really see what we was working with. And we started using various methods: brake parts cleaner, compressed air, flushing the motor, and we're just trying to get all the junk out of there. This thing really sat for a while and had a lot of junk in the bottom, and we want to make sure we can get as clean as possible if we're actually going to make this thing run. So right here we were cleaning out the motor a little bit, you know, trying to get all this junk out of it where it was just complete trash, and we decided we'd take a little break and go out and do a little riding. Alright guys, so we're bringing you in now again. We got the whole bottom end cleaned out. Mostly. Still getting a bunch of junk out of there. We're going to set it down on the floor, throw the drain plug back in it, fill it up with some juice, turn it over, and wash, rinse, repeat until we get her clean. Alright guys, just wrapping up before the end of the night, and we'll let it soak with oil. That's some of that down there. Hopefully I'll suspend some of the dirt, get into the bearings, yada yada yada, etc. You know how it goes. Keep it from rusting. We do have it though. She is rolling over. Transmission's kicking in. So we've got something to work with here. Oil pumps all rebuilt by H&S Cycles over here. Alrighty, hey guys, we're back here. Day 2 of tear down on the 1992 TRX 250x quad revival. I just wanted to cue you guys in on a few things that we missed yesterday. I know at the end of the video you guys just seen us rolling it over there and the rear tires were spinning. Some of you might have wondered how that was happening since we took clutch off, but we actually did throw that back on real quick loosely before we rolled it over. We let the thing set overnight and soak. We're actually going to take off right now, go do a little bit of riding. If my GoPro will cooperate, we'll have footage of that queued in, you know, right here. If not, we'll go into working on the bike. But this is what we've got right now to work with from what we started. You know, it's pretty well the same thing cleaned up, and we've got the motor freed up and everything, cleaned a whole bunch of junk out of there. What you guys seen coming out of there was mud, rust, water, just everything that had accumulated inside of this thing from sitting for so long. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna go get our bikes warmed up and go possibly hurt ourselves. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we just got done doing our riding and we're going to get back to this little project here and we'll try and keep you updated the best we can. I do want to go through one thing, like I said there, H&S Cycle, that's my buddy Alex. He helps me out here. He's going to be part of the channel, but he went through and rebuilt the oil pump, you know, put plenty of insulation lube in there and everything, so we should be good there. And then we went ahead and went through this timing chain. This is not the one that came out of the bike. But it was not in a whole lot better shape. Alex went through and broke it free and everything. The teeth aren't ate up and it don't have, you know, it's not in bad shape. It's not the greatest thing that we'll ever put in a bike. But you know, I'm not trying to go $1 million dollars deep in this bike before we actually make sure that it's going to do anything. So there's a couple more things that we didn't really clue you in on yesterday. Alrighty, so while Alex is over here getting this clutch side case ready, because we're just about ready to, well, I'll just go ahead and peek you over here. Just about ready to put all the components back in. Right, it looks dirty right now. We got to do our final little flush and clean and stuff, but I think we got most of what we can get out of the bottom end out. Make sure, you know, to flush those bearings out real good in there. All that, as you can see, it's 1,000,000 times better than what we started with, and all that's going to come off with a little bit of, you know, gas brake cleaner or whatever we decided to throw at it. So while he's over there doing that and finishing up those parts, I'm starting to get this this here ready, scraping off the old gasket and everything. I did take out the shift shaft here and cleaned it up, and the nub for the spring on the shift shaft. And you can see there's some stuff in there, but that's all going to get cleaned out. That's just gasket material. We're about scraping that off. We've got a little bit of spot in the case right there, but you know, the rest of the cases on this thing are just immaculate. So I think we're gonna go ahead and send it on that one, and probably just put a little bit of something on there. But we just about got this thing cleaned up and ready for install. One or two more flushes here. I've done a lot of flushing off camera. This thing was absolutely nasty. You can see here on the floor, just all the stuff that's come on, you know, how long it's set with the motor apart. So we're just about in the final stages here. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit else, you know, what I was working with here. I cleaned up, opened up some of these holes by taking the shift shaft out. There's one way back in there. I don't think you're gonna be able to, maybe peek at it right there. Anyhow, so we can get some juices and compressed air back in there just to make sure we got every last little bit we can get out of this thing. Alrighty guys, well, here's what we got to work with now. As you can see, it's considerably better than what we started with. Yeah. Ooh! Our side cases are all cleaned out. We're ready to start reassembling our components and clutch and oil pump, oil line, etc., etc. You know, all the components are going to make this side up. We got the side case ready. Part of assembly is we are going to have to go ahead and prep this surface here for the gasket, but that's no big deal. But if you guys can get a look down in here, I mean, we're just talking about a whole different world. If you guys have been watching since the beginning, we weren't expecting perfect. you know, but considering what we started with, which was this rust and mud and everything down in there, we still got, you know, a little bit of rust. You're not gonna get that off, but we got all the junk out of the bottom there. Got it as clean as we're gonna be able to get it with the tools and skills that we have, and granted that's not much either way, but so that's about gonna wrap this video up. I'll bring you guys in over here and show you, you know, we got this side all cleaned up and ready to go ahead and reassemble. I've actually already cleaned the mating surface for this side. So I think it might have a chance. We'll see what we've got to work with, but for now that's all we've got. Tune in for part 2 where we slap this thing back together and see what she's made of.